On the morning of November 5th, 2022, Joanna Woods noticed something unusual on her home's infrared security camera. A bright, floating orb, visible only on the CCTV feed and not in the room before her. Her dogs didn't react. There was no breeze, no sound, no physical disturbance. Just a quiet, glowing presence drifting across the screen. Instead of fear, Joanna felt curiosity. And as she watched, this strange light seemed aware. She eventually gave it a name: Ethereal. Over the weeks that followed, more lights appeared on her 10 security cameras, sometimes moving gently, sometimes flashing, sometimes tracing patterns that didn't match anything she'd seen before. Joanna began documenting everything. Humidity over 60% brought more activity. Thunderstorms intensified it. Moon phases seemed connected, and on the north side of her property, electromagnetic readings spiked as high as 600 volts per meter. To Joanna, these weren't glitches or dust or reflections. They were phenomena with purpose. Lights that responded, adapted, and behaved in ways she found meaningful. She developed her own hypothesis that these might be photon plasma life forms capable of absorbing energy, interacting with their environment, perhaps even reproducing. Some people she shared the footage with offered explanations. Others saw something they couldn't explain. Joanna never insisted on one answer. She simply let the lights speak for themselves. But no matter how you interpret them, as atmospheric artifacts, environmental anomalies, or something far more mysterious, there's no denying the visual beauty of what her cameras captured. The colors, the motion, the web-like structures and patterns, images that feel equal parts scientific and artistic. Tonight, Joanna shares those images with us. The story, the mystery, and the creativity that followed, as she transforms years of observation into a unique and deeply personal oracle deck. Whether you see physics, photography, or something purely unknown, we invite you to simply observe, to wonder, and to decide for yourself what light looks like when it chooses to be seen. Welcome to the fold.
The truth is out there, and it begins with you. Welcome to the Cosmic Fold, where we talk high strangeness. Call us at 928-288-2942. That's 928-288-2942. Or join us by video. If you're at a computer, just look for the link in the chat. Buckle up, sit around our virtual campfire, and let's get started.
Hey, everybody's. Happy Wednesday. Well, we've got a guest here tonight. Joanna, thank you for joining us. We're going to be talking about your images that you've caught on your security cameras. Want to give us a little bit of a background there?
Well, first of all, you made me feel so cool.
Yeah, join the fold, baby.
At featuring what I've experienced and making it actually feel like a reality and not just some, thing in my mind. And I appreciate being here to share kind of everything that happened.
I'd like to say hi to all the people. If they want to call at any time, the number is 928-288-2942. Sorry about that, Joanna. Off we go. So when did you put these cameras in?
We put them, well, we've always had security cameras around our home, but we purchased a new system for 2021 from just Costco. And my husband installed them in January of 2002. But the main reason I wanted them is so that I could watch my chickens in the backyard. Because I don't know if
Yeah.
anyone's had chickens, but they
Oh, yeah.
are so much fun. They're just, and plus I have two boxers that are troublemakers. And so I wanted to keep an eye on them. So from January to November, everything was perfectly normal. But in October end of October, actually the 31st, I said the spiritual prayer that I got from a gentleman at a psychic fair. And I, being a writer, wanted to have confirmation that I would be published and all this. But in my prayer, I didn't specifically say that I wanted my talents as a writer. I just asked the creator of the universe to show me an undeniable sign that my talents will be realized. And then 5 days later, this ethereal being showed up in my living room. And so I can't say for sure if this is part of my spiritual journey, that one is actually connected with the other. But I can say I have seen this type of phenomenon on other YouTube channels and on, when the news features a supernatural story and then they never show anything or any other follow-up, and the newscasters themselves kind of joke about it, but the people who filmed it and share it are serious. Well, I've seen some of those news stories, and I'm like, that's what happened in my house. So I think that this is quite common. Maybe people haven't had the opportunity to interact with it like me and document it over the last 3 years, but this is a real phenomenon that I believe is happening everywhere. Just people don't have as many.
I lived in Dallas.
Cameras.
I lived in Dallas in the 80s, and it was really intense there. I mean, some of the most intense, psychic stuff I've ever dealt with in my life all happened in Dallas. And so there's this theory that I'm kind of looking at, because on Saturdays we do something called the Paranormal Highway and go through every state, some of their stories. And there's this theory, we're on Kentucky, and the theory there is that there's a tremendous amount of limestone under Kentucky, and like this cave system that goes all over the state. And that amplifies something. So when I was putting together your stuff, I thought, well, let me see if there's limestone under Dallas, in the Dallas area. And there is. And so that could contribute to some of that. And my theory, at least as far as my personal experience, is that if there's humidity and wetness, and like you said, thunderstorms, that kind of thing seems to amp it up quite a bit too.
That's interesting about the limestone, because our soil is very clay-like. I could take a clump of clay, form a ashtray and cook it. But when you dig far enough,
yes,
you can find limestone. So I was thinking maybe it might be some ley lines also that are crossing this area, but I never thought about limestone. So
and it's pretty deep. Go ahead, Denise. Go ahead.
Yeah, that's a theory that goes back a long time. I think because limestone has crystallization or something in it, doesn't it? It's really, really super hard, and just like a crystal, it holds energy. That's the theory about limestone, that it kind of holds energy and kind of amplifies it. I've heard that before. Maybe why certain areas are more active than other areas. That's part of it, potentially.
Yes,
also,
and
the changes in the earth can be part of it too. Yeah.
And where the limestone is there, it goes down to the aquifer that's they were saying it's like 40,000 years old, your water underneath there. And so
Wow.
it could be amping very ancient energy. It's kind of like this theory I'm kind of working on right now, because I think, and like out here, you've got a lot of uranium deposits too, and I think that does something.
Yeah, I
And
agree with that.
especially with UFO kind of
Yeah.
stuff, like Skinwalker Ranch in Utah, and Bove and I are in northeastern Arizona, so we're in that whole Four Corners kind of area where there's like a lot of that kind of
Energy
substance
there.
there.
Yeah. I was thinking though about, sorry, I was thinking about her situation in which she had gone and done this prayer. And I think that, I mean, it seems to me like it's totally correlated to your intention of opening up to the whole thing and being, and kind of putting it out there to the universe for a sign. And I believe that when you ask the universe, to show you something, it will respond. And I think that's probably a huge reason why the phenomenon started happening after you opened yourself up to that potential. Don't you? Joanne? Oh, I can't hear
It's
her.
hard because I suffer from
It's
imposter.
mute.
Oh, no, she's.
From what?
You suffer from what? Oh, that's-
Oh, imposter syndrome sometimes.
Oh.
I mean, why is this me?
Oh,
Don't we
I
all?
just feel like I'm just some 60-year-old woman from South Dallas. How would my opinion help other people? But I couldn't not share this any longer. So,
Well, I
some
think
of the greatest teachers and thinkers have been from the middle of nowhere. I wouldn't discount just because of, where you're from or who you are. Paul Wallace, you guys have heard me talk about him before.
Mhm.
He is working on this working about, and not digging, but working about this archaeological find in Turkey. And one of the things they think that they've determined may be a consistent reality is that in ancient sanctuaries, ancient temples, for example, Mount Ararat is kind of where he's been. There are certain factors that seem consistently to play into each of these sacred temples. Elevation up on a mountain, near running water with a view of a body of water down below, and finally a certain kind of magnetic rock that they're built on. That combination of the movement of the water over that sort of ionized rock and the height all play into some spiritual energy, I guess.
right.
That makes
I was
sense.
gonna say to Joanna though, every human being is divine, and you're divine too. So why wouldn't the Creator talk to you and open this up for you, just like anybody else? You're no different than any other human that's existed. You're divine like everyone else. You're important, just like every other human. I mean, you shouldn't feel that way. That's what
I
think.
agree. And the best teachers are the humble ones.
That's right.
Because, as soon as that ego starts clicking in and I know it all, it's like, run for the hills.
That's right.
So, did you want to? So, what I did, I put together your pictures for a PowerPoint so we can show that. And then, what are your videos on your channel? Folks, in the description, I've got her YouTube channel link, and then your website link is there too. But your oracles are really awesome. But I did put one of your videos in with your husband chasing one around with a broom. I thought that was hysterical.
And
So
it's like 2 minutes. It's like 2 minutes long. And how he could interact with it like I have. And as he's swiping at it with a broom, it's dancing all around him. And the fact that he can deny that this is real. His answer is, the best thing I ever bought you for a present was those cameras, because I spend so much time analyzing it. And so the YouTube channel, I don't talk, I don't appear on it, but it's mostly been a documentation of the process, because how I've labeled the videos is like 11.05.22, or the one with my husband, and it is 11 for November 7th,
Right. 2022.
2022. And so it's more like a documentation
Mhm.
of everything that's
Progression.
been going on
That's
in my
cool.
interaction
Yeah.
than me being technical enough to do something like this and talk through a video or anything. So
Have
I
you?
appreciate you.
I had a question as I was looking at this, especially the videos. Have you tried any of these ghost apps to see if you could catch like communication or something like that? There's a few. I'll send you links after the show where you could try. There's some free ones, and there's a young couple in Australia that I just adore, and they've got like the ones where you could catch voices and actually hear things talk.
Yeah, I want to hear about that. What's the name of that app?
Yes, there's a bunch. I'll just send you
Yeah,
the
she's gonna
stuff
link
too.
it.
Yeah, send it to me. Yeah.
Yeah. But in any event, I was very curious watching your videos. If you've tried that, it might be fun to do just to see, what happens.
Well, I don't know how to, on 07.05.25. See, all of this activity keeps progressing. And this year was the first year that I heard something audible on the camera system. And the way my camera system is set up, there's two cameras that are right next to each other. One faces north, the other one faces west. So not both cameras captured this, but it sounds like there's a distinct message in this minute 47 seconds. And it's coming from the same area of the house where all of these light beings come from. They come from a specific area outside, which is why I think it might be a portal of some kind. But this like interference, I took the video, I uploaded it to ChatGPT because I wanted to see if it was Morse code, but none of the pattern matched. But on the video, if you watch it, a spectrogram has, the lines, it's kind of like a heartbeat on a heartbeat monitor, how it goes like this. Well, audio can do that too. And not only do you hear the clicking sound or whatever, you can see the size of the video moving as if it were like a spectrograph.
Yeah.
It's hard to explain. But that was the first time, and I just wished that I had, more psychic abilities to be able to hone in and figure out what it was trying to say. But nothing on my property feels malevolent. My property is so peaceful, and so nothing about this activity has me worried.
That's good.
Well, if what Denise said is true, you had a positive intention coming from a place of good, they would be drawn to that. So they would be, oh, good God, that scared me.
Yeah,
do that, Deborah.
That one area is camera out several times, and we've changed positioning, and still stuff happens because my husband's like, oh, that's just rain on the lens, and then he'll replace it, and I'll go, oh yes, it was just rain on the lens. But so it's not just, what someone could say, it's not just a lens spot or anything like that.
Environmental, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So, is there any pattern that you've noticed to the light phenomena? Like, does it happen at a certain time of day, or is there any kind of thing going on in your life when it becomes more active or anything like that?
Mostly it is it amplifies during thunderstorms. But the orbs that I see in my house and the ethereal that was in my house that I asked it to encircle me, and another time it brought these little babies to see me, and that was over a period inside my home of about 3 months, and then the activity started to move outside. And when I first saw it, because I watch a lot of ghost shows and stuff, I asked it, "Do you need me to cross you over to the light?" Thinking I was Teresa Caputo or something. But anyway, it didn't behave that way, and I knew that wasn't what it was after that. And so I just said, "I'm honored to have you here. As long as you're a being of light and love, you may stay on my property." And it took me up on that, because activity's been here for 3 years. Now, the last time I had inside activity was like a being like the other one, was last November, and you can see it in anything from November to February, where these beams of light came in through my house, and it looks like I have spotlights in my house, but they could communicate, and they were very curious about my cat. My cat could see it, and it was very curious when my dogs would wrestle, the light would move and face them. I thought, because it happened in 22 in November, and this one was November of 24, I tried to research sun flares and see if during that time there was more activity in those 2 years, because I don't remember anything in my home like that in 23. And so far, I haven't seen anything this year at this time.
I was wondering about that. You've got a question here, or a comment from Jorinda. I'll leave it there. It looks like a form on the right of the image.
I can see it.
And Joanna, just tell me when you're ready, if you need to progress to the next slide.
Oh, yeah. I could. I get so excited about this, and you guys are like the only people I can talk to that is open and minded enough to understand.
Well, you know what word comes to my mind looking at these and listening to you talking about behavior? It's like elementals, something nature related. And I don't know.
This also reminds me a little bit about this woman who was Japanese. I don't know if you heard, there was a documentary made about her recently. And she took all of these, like her whole life, she had phenomena going on. It was like lights, all kinds of really wild lights that she would take pictures of, and UFOs and all these things. And she would just document it and take all these rolls of film. And I can't remember the name of the documentary I saw. It was a really interesting documentary. And none of her family believed her at all. Not a single one of them. And you know what? Then they were filming the documentary, okay? And they were showing all these amazing pictures that she had taken. And she was just this really humble housewife lady, very nice, just totally normal person. And as they were filming the documentary, her family was talking, and she was nearby. And behind them, you could see a UFO floating behind them that the documentary camera caught. And then when they watched the documentary footage, they're like, what the? They got all freaked out. And then they were like, there is something to this. And it was like happening for like 30 years before her family finally kind of took her seriously. So you're not alone.
Chris Bledsoe, who had decades and decades of phenomena and UFO type activity associated with it at his home, would be orbs that would just come in and travel around there, and it wasn't ball lightning. They would travel around, they would move after people, and then they would just dissipate or go out the door or out the window or up the chimney or whatever. But they weren't related to ball lightning, because they studied that to be sure that that's not what the phenomenon was. So
right. Right. Well, there was also, they did some,
I have
they
Orb.
actually put, yeah, they actually proved that he was actually going into a certain state of mind and calling them in. That's actually, they did some, an EEG, I think, an EK, no, no, not an EEG, an EEG.
Head EEG.
Yeah, EEG, yeah. They put EEG, like a full-on scalp cap on him, and he was going, and his brain was reacting to things. He was inside the house as the ball lightning of these balls of these spheres of light would show up, and there would be a spike in his brainwave activity. It's pretty interesting.
Joanne should do that thing that you bought.
Yeah, yes, I know. That would be interesting.
That'd be perfect. Yeah.
You might want to try that. Yeah, it's interesting. So what were you going to say, John? I didn't mean you were going to say something, and I kept talking.
Well,
Oh, man.
in this photo side, and it's kind of cut off on this, but it made like a huge horseshoe, and it almost seemed like a Raiders of the Lost Ark moment, because the activity was just going nuts. But then after that, more flying light phenomenon occurred. There's multiple, I have to say there's species, because they behave differently, and but this is when November 30th was right about the same time when all the outdoor cameras started catching everything. And to kind of prove that it wasn't just one camera manufacturer that could be, just glitching. Yeah. We bought a whole another camera manufacturing company and set it on the opposite side, so the cameras kind of faced each other. And those cameras also can pick up the same type of phenomenon.
Oh, right, that's interesting.
So two different types of cameras picking up the same phenomenon. It's interesting. Do you see the stuff, or do you just capture it on the? I mean, it doesn't. I mean, there are things like I went on a ghost hunt, like I don't know, a long story. But anyway, there was activity, and was interacting with it, but there was stuff caught on the camera that I didn't see in real, but like a little talking teeth near my head that showed up on the camera, that my husband took several pictures of, and it was there in every one. And it was a film camera, I think, and one of them another was a digital camera. But I didn't see it, but the camera picked it up. So I think the camera is sensitive to different types of light than our eyes are. But I was just wondering if you're also seeing any of it, or if it's mostly just on the cameras.
No, the only way I can see it is by looking at our television that shows the different camera angles.
I see.
And then I can switch the camera to make whatever area of the home that I want to see
interesting
show up better.
Which is ingenuous. So that's very cool.
It is cool.
So, yeah, for example, in the bottom right, there's this darkness. This fog that tries to get on my property, and I'm actually standing in it, so you can't see me. And I'm commanding it. I have some sage water, and I'm commanding it away. But you can also see around where it is like graying, and the light entities are constantly surrounding the darkness and pushing it off the property. On the videos,
we've got a question for you. Sorry to interrupt you, Joanna.
Okay. No,
our good friend Keith here is asking you, is that energy?
I believe so. I believe orbs are an energy, and
everything.
I think these things are, and they're huge. In the bottom left, you can see me entering into it, and it's taller than my coop, so that's 16 feet tall. And when I entered this, you can see, because I also had some sage water, because behind it, the darkness was there. And as I walked through, it changes form. It, in the upper left side, you can see the anomaly track a car and go after a car in the video, and then the car goes through it, and it's like it's warped. It's
Wow.
It's just the coolest thing.
Did you feel anything different going through the black area?
No, I don't. That's why I think maybe it's like some type of photon plasma, because I know as I'm trying to study what this could be in the lab, scientists have created like plasma substance, cold plasma, that doesn't really have a heat temperature. You can't. It barely changes. And when inside my home, when it had encircled me on November 20th, I didn't feel anything. The only way I knew I was encircled was by watching its behavior on the television. So when I went into that large thing, I saw it on the TV, and so I'm like, oh, I'm going to go through it and check it out. I'm always curious to check everything out, and to I'm not afraid of it.
So it's way healthier than the news on TV.
Yeah, don't get
in
rid
that
of it.
video where your husband is close to the screen, closer to us, the viewer, and the bigger light he's messing with that. You're in the background on the sofa, and I see your arm up in the air at the other light. Were you watching yourself on the TV when you were doing that?
Yeah, when he was like trying to cover the camera.
Right.
Because when the camera's covered, we can't, it's not being filmed. And so when he moved his hand, you could see it again. But when he takes,
do you want me to play that?
Yeah,
let me play that so people know what we're talking about.
But now let me understand, you cannot see this with your naked eye in the room.
No, he's watching the television as he's squatting at it, and I'm laughing my ass off in the back. I'm sorry, I'm laughing my bum off in the back.
No, you can say
that is just amazing.
We know what that is.
That is amazing.
But you can see there's just here he's making fun of me.
But he doesn't think that.
So this is before he says it's because it's just spider webs. I'm going to go get a broom.
Or maybe spider webs.
So then he gets a broom and he tries to wipe the
camera
ceiling, and it's just the entity
doesn't make any. Doesn't even make any sense.
And he finally gives up.
If there was something
and then
making that, it wouldn't have anything to do with where he's sweeping.
This is like Hogwarts.
It doesn't even make any sense of what he's doing.
It's like peas.
Yeah, so I wouldn't trust his judgment on that too much. There you go. What was that? Did he touch the camera?
Covered the camera.
No, there's sometimes when I believe it's the electromagnetic frequencies, like it looks like surges per second.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. It went away. Hey,
there's going to be
tons
of other orbs that come
There's
out.
a bunch of them right there. This one's really
good. That's interesting.
Yeah,
he pissed it off.
I see orbs every morning. So, it looks like
he doesn't want to deal with it. I mean, you know what? I can tell you that my husband, we have seen UFOs together, and he has seen them with me. We saw a gray alien floating above us. He saw it, and he still would be like, I don't know what that was. I don't. It was weird. I give you that. But would never talk about it or deal with it. There's just some people that can't deal with a phenomenon. You know what I mean? Even if they see it, they don't want to believe it. I mean, he's not that bad now. He's gotten used to it. But I think, no matter how much evidence you give your husband, he might not ever believe you. And that doesn't have nothing to do with whether it's real or not. So I just want to say that,
Let's put some questions in here.
What did you say?
Go ahead.
Wait, what did she say? What did you?
After 35 years of marriage, you kind of hope that they'll,
change. Yeah. Well, I mean, I've been married for 38 years, and he started out like that because of this phenomenon. And over time, he's less and less like that. And we all, three of us, me and my whole family, saw a UFO in 2018. And then it wasn't really until the government stuff came out and the government said it was real that he's like, yeah, we saw that and we saw that and we saw this. I'm like, yeah, dirty dirt. You know what I mean? It's like, why does that now make it like real? I don't know. Anyway, I think some people don't want to deal with it.
Here's what I don't understand. My husband and I have seen similar weird stuff, together, and he totally believes it. And I have told him something's going to happen, and now he totally believes me.
Right.
But he never is curious enough to investigate it or read something special about it or pursue.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I know people like that too. I've had a lot of experiences with people like that.
Not skeptical. Yeah. He believes it totally.
Right. Yeah.
But okay, so there,
Well, I saw those tall, glowing white beings, right? I told you that were with two other people. And I talked about it with my friend many times. And she's like, oh, yeah, I remember that. But that was it.
Well,
she never thought about it again. It was like, okay. I'm like, that's weird.
How close were they to you?
With the tall, glowing white beings?
I have to watch that episode where you talk about that. Yeah.
Too close for comfort.
Well, we were on a beach at nighttime, and they were like probably, they ranged in height probably between 7 and 9 feet tall, and they were all male, different looking ones. Some of them had a beard, some of them didn't. Wearing white robes, they were completely incandescent, meaning they had their own inner light glow, and they were humanoid. They had kind of long faces. There was probably like 6 or 7 of them, and we were, I don't know, maybe 50 feet from them or something like that. We weren't far. They were walking down this bunch of stone steps, and I was with 2 other people who saw it with me. I mean, and like I said, I was kind of like, it's remained with me as like, I'm still trying to figure out what that was, but they didn't seem to care really. But they didn't really care about it. It was really weird.
Well, we've got some questions here from the comments. So Joanna and you guys too, whatever you may think. Joy Rico asks, maybe these are beings of light. What do you think?
Oh, I believe that they are intelligences.
Yeah.
And yes, I believe that they are.
Sorry, I'm reading.
Yeah, I drop a load. Yeah.
Here's Keith now. He says, we've missed you, Keith. Welcome back to Arizona. Are you ever scared from the energy? I'd drop a load.
Well, I think that's why a lot of men don't want to deal with it, because it's scary a little bit to a lot of people. But it doesn't look like it's scary to you.
It's not scary.
Well, it wasn't scary to my dogs. They don't even care.
Right.
Yeah,
it's not.
And dogs are supposed to. They're because
protected.
they were never bothered.
They don't react negatively, so you have more faith that it's safe. Yeah.
Yeah.
So then Joy brings up, if you've read or seen anything by Chris Bledsoe, I think Denise was talking about him, saying Helen deals with, or it was Helen. Yeah. Sorry about that.
That was the guy I was talking about who has the orbs. Yeah.
Okay, so did we discuss everything on here, Joanna? Do you want me to hit the next slide?
Oh, yeah, you can go ahead and go to the next slide.
Okay. Helen, go ahead.
I was just going to say, the other thing that orbs are almost always associated with are sightings of Bigfoot.
And they're also associated with ghosts, too. They're very often associated with ghosts and also UFO phenomenon. But anyway, yeah. So this is pretty active energy stuff going on here. Yeah. So what was going on during these periods here? Oh man, she keeps cutting out.
Well, you can treat this like a Rorschach test for people who don't believe in phenomena, but I think the top left looks like a dragon. I think that some of these definitely
it's
have
like bones.
skeletal in nature, and also in the top left, over by the trailer, in videos, these protective lights. I mean, light entities are protecting the property from the darkness that's behind it. And this happens all the time. Then the one on the bottom I found the most creepy because it kind of looks like a mantis.
Yeah.
But
Are you talking about the left
scary.
on the left side or the right side?
I'm sorry, the left. Yeah,
Bottom.
the left side.
Yeah, that's what I thought. Yeah,
at it.
that's what I thought.
And so, and when it's raining outside, you're not going to have a grasshopper or a mantis visiting near your camera at all. And so that's why I think that is curious. But the like octopus or squid-like
Yeah.
things.
Yeah.
It's like a manta ray.
It does, yeah.
Yes. So anyway, these are some of my favorites.
These have a feeling of underwater, like under ocean water that has ocean life in it.
Yeah, it does kind of have that. I'm curious, so what was going on during this period? So this is in February 2025, February 12th. Was there anything going on in the environment that night? Was it really windy, or was it still, or was it cold, or was it hot, or
thunderstorms.
Thunderstorms.
No, this is thunderstorm activity. In fact, I could post something that happened last Monday, and I have the same activity on 3 separate cameras at the same time. And like my husband says, it's the best present he ever got me because I could watch it forever.
Happy anniversary, honey. There you go. Another camera.
Yep.
Sorry, some of these have cut off when trying to get the thing working.
Well, look at that big white streaky thing on the bottom left there. That orb with a bunch of streaks coming down off it. Yeah.
Yeah. The one where my husband, that's the video we saw.
Right.
Swinging at it. And then on the bottom right side, I'm behind the
I see
Ethereal.
that. Yeah.
That looks like Edward Munch, the scream. Well, it does, like that,
So do you see this phenomena anymore in your house, or is it only outside now? Is that did you say that it went only outside now?
The last time that I have, I don't know, you might have a picture of it, but
we'll keep flipping through.
These beams of light, and they were in my house from November of 24 through February of 25. And I did all kinds of experiments. I played different Hertz type of music and to see if it would react to certain kinds. There was one sound wave that I don't think it liked because it gave me such a headache. Wow. I just felt sick and nauseous and awful. And when I stopped, that went away. When I stopped it. Now I don't know if that Hertz would do that to other people. That if it hadn't have been there, if anyone plays it, if they'd also get headaches. But I noticed out of all the sound frequencies, that's the one it didn't agree with.
Did it move or change or anything while you're playing the music, or did it do anything or respond?
Most of the time it would shine on me or the animals, and I can say, hey, can you go in a circle? And it would go in a circle around.
I know this is going to sound. I'm wondering, I have a theory about this. I'm wondering if this is sort of, and it's not, when I say this word, it's going to sound scary, but it's not what it sounds like. But I'm wondering if it's sort of poltergeist activity And I don't mean that in like the poltergeist is not a ghost. It's like an expression of your unconscious energy that you're throwing out. And because you've like, it can create phenomenon in your home or other things. It's like unconscious psychokinetic energy. You know what I'm saying? Because since you opened yourself up to this, you're having all this phenomenon. So, and you're interacting, and it seems like it's kind of about your interaction with it.
Yeah, it's more her interaction with the environment rather than the environment's interaction with her.
Yeah. I'm wondering if it's like your own, like you're somehow, it's something connected to you specifically, not necessarily your property. But like I'm also wondering, the other question is, this is going to be a weird one, but did this start happening around the time you went through menopause or anything like that? Or were you in menopause during the period that this happened? I know it's a weird question, but
that makes sense.
No, in 2017, I had a hysterectomy. So
okay.
It wouldn't be part
not related.
Part of that.
Was there any other changes going on in your life that, that might have also been connected to you going through some kind of shift that could have opened you up to this kind of, thing?
It's a long time ago.
I've always coming from a really religious background and accepting my philosophies in life with, believing in spirits and in dragons and, fairies, because there's just too many things around here that feel magical to ignore. So when I finally had told myself that I would embrace this part of myself.
It's like it opened up.
I think that's
that's what I'm saying. There's something. You're a component in it. Yeah.
But who's to say?
But I've seen this activity.
Go ahead, Joanna. Yeah, you've seen this activity.
I've seen something similar on different people's where they post things.
Yeah.
There's a news interviewer that interviewed some guy in Daytona Beach. He was a pastor, and it showed the same exact ethereal type of being. It shows the same like orb string that and this is a whole nother subject because I know how they can procreate, because I've tracked it when they build this thing and then the orbs fight to get out of the tube. But because that the reporter was showing stuff from his Ring camera, it's exactly the same phenomenon that I've seen and I've studied for 3 years.
Right.
So it's not just me.
No, I'm not saying it's you. You're imagining it. I'm saying that whatever it is about you opening yourself up to this, everything in the universe is consciousness, right? So if you're opening your consciousness up to this, you're interacting maybe on either a subconscious or an unconscious kind of interaction with this energy that is being drawn to you. And that's what I mean. It sort of has a poltergeisty thing about it. That's what a poltergeist situation is. People going through, somebody put up stress or some kind of life change, or they have a change in their perspective, and their unconscious kind of calls this kind of energy, and you're interacting on a sort of unconscious, like it's talking to you, if that makes sense. You know what I mean? And you're interacting with it because something has opened up in you to enable that. And it's something very deep, and also that your energy is contributing to it on some level, if that makes sense. So, because it doesn't happen to everyone, right? It happens to people who are open to the phenomenon, and people that maybe have some kind of latent abilities that they're not fully maybe aware of until this stuff happens. You see what I'm saying to you, kind of? Yeah.
Well, kind of like the Chris Bledsoe thing.
Yeah, that's what happened to Chris Bledsoe. It happens
very much
to a lot
like
of people,
that. Yeah,
where something can open up and their paradigm shifts, and then they start to interact with it. So that's what happened to the woman in the Japanese woman story. She was just having a normal life, and then all of a sudden, I don't remember how it happened, but it's just the phenomena started happening, and it just kept going and getting, and it became her thing, and her family didn't even believe her, but you look at the stuff and it's pretty remarkable. I mean, proof that there was something going on.
Something going on. Yeah.
What it is, we don't exactly know, right? But whether it's, there's energy, there's consciousness, like you said, there's, plasma consciousness. The entire universe is all consciousness. So if your consciousness goes, I want to interact with something magical and something amazing, you're bringing something in like that's going, yeah, let's play together. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, Jacques Vallée talked about this. We're energy beings, and we're sitting in a soup of energy of all potential, past, present, and future. And who's to say why we put labels on things culturally? And over time, we call it a fairy, we call it a leprechaun, we call it a goblin, we call it a ghost, whatever we call it. It's about us interacting with the energy that connects to our energy.
Yeah, right. It's a divine.
Yeah.
So I mean, it's a mystery, but it's really cool.
It's cool. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
Cool. Yeah.
It's called awakening.
Yes, that's right.
Oh, that's pretty.
That is really cool. That looks like
this one's cool.
Yeah.
The thing is, there's another picture that goes with this, because the camera captures 7 frames per minute, and so this is 1/7 of a second taken after the infrared shut off. So I have the same picture, although they move, and when they appear, you can see them morph and change. But for 1/7 of a second before the visible light camera switched on and the IR switched off, you get the same picture.
Interesting.
Yeah. Okay.
Oh, I think it's up above. Oh, now if you go back.
Okay. Do you want me to go back?
Fun. I'm sorry, because I'm getting all excited about everything. These 2 videos are some of the most curious things, and these are not. I think these are spirits, because they behave completely different than the other phenomena. One you can see in this video as it climbs up the wall, and then the other one, this other in the far left, you can see it coming down, and then it bumps into a ceramic pot, and it like moves backwards and then kind of walks across the lawn.
Wow.
And on the right side, you can kind of see where I asked ChatGPT to help analyze the video, and it produced, these are called heat maps, and so this was pictures of the same photo that it did to analyze
the heat signature.
Video.
Right.
Yes, thank you.
So the tree is the red thing in the right corner?
Yeah.
So what is that? Almost, I don't know, it's diagonal line that's reddish. It's surrounded, it's like a straight line, and it's diagonal.
You're talking about the fence?
The one that says back porch, it starts on the left and goes up.
That's a fence.
Yeah, on the back
it looks
porch,
like a fence.
I think it's the I have a fence, but and the red on the right side is the wall, and wherever there's the red is the most intense spots where orbs fly in and out of the walls.
Well, it's heat, right? The red
is heat signature. Yes, it's hotter there.
So yes,
why is your fence heated?
Yeah, right.
It's not really heat. It's a brightness signature, because ChatGPT can't catch.
Okay. Oh, I see.
Heat.
Okay,
they catch the brightness.
I
so
see.
You can't tell in the regular photo, but the algorithm can tell.
I see. Okay, so it's turning the brightest parts into because
red.
That would be the hottest. Yeah, theoretically.
Correct. Exactly.
Yeah.
I thought maybe you had an electrified fence or something.
Now this is what I was talking about, how they create these strings, and then these little orbs inside fight against it, and then they're born, and then they fly around. And I've had one of these strings in my house. I think the upper right, the upper left shows the first one in my home. And I have a video where it's fighting against itself and it breaks free and it creates another one. And this is kind of what on the bottom right is what it looks like. And my people would say, oh, it's a spider and blah blah, but it does. It uses its blob-like self and stretches out arms or whatever to help form the strings. And I've also seen videos with an interview from someone from Prince George in DC of an orb string as it came across the camera of their outdoor camera, and then the newscaster kind of made fun of blah blah blah.
I saw that too. I know what you're talking about. Yeah.
Did he ask you if you had your tinfoil hat? They always say that to make fun, to minimize. Yeah.
Oh yeah. He just says it's the best thing he ever did for me. So, but you can tell it has a luminescence that is not like a spider.
No, it's definitely not like a spider at all. It doesn't look anything like a spider. Yeah. Spiders also have 8 legs. That doesn't have 8 legs.
Unless you live in Australia, they have some pretty scary insects in Australia.
That one looks more like a star.
Ooh, that is very cool.
Yeah.
Cool.
And now these are another type of flying phenomenon around my house. I call them zoomies because they travel pretty fast, and and another thing, I think that these things are around 24/7. I think in the day and in the night. When we had the eclipse last year, and it was like right over Dallas, and everything went dark.
Oh yeah.
They were flying around my front yard, so I think that these things are always there.
And that's interesting.
Yes, I agree with Donald about the dimension.
Yeah.
Yeah, it does seem interesting. Like that's going on. Yeah. That's the same thing you've got by the trailer over there. That same shape of that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's repeated.
It's interesting. It looks, is it flying so fast and the shape is like that triangular shape, or is it shaped like that? Do you know what I mean?
No, this is it's shaped like little triangular things.
Right.
They're like strings
on every camera.
Right, right. So because they're going so fast, the camera's catching the tail, or like
it looks.
Yeah. That makes sense. Wow.
But I noticed that certain times of year, October and May, they seem to be most playful with each other. It's almost like they're Twitter pated from Bambi. They use that word because they get all excited and they go in circles, and it's almost like, okay, this is their mating season.
I was going to say maybe it's their mating season. Yeah.
Wild Kingdom at Joanna's place.
Oh wow!
This is fun because these are 2 separate cameras, and I'm taking EMF readings. And in this particular area by my fence, it ranges about 147 volts per meter, and I think like a normal person's house is like 40 is the highest. If it goes over 40, the EMF detector turns red and says the volts are getting much higher.
Well, that's what prompted me to look. That's what prompted me to look into the limestone, because that's very high EMF. I mean, is that going up during thunderstorms, or what's happening that is creating that?
It's got to go up during thunderstorms. Now the 600 when it gets that high, at the end of our property, there's our fence, and then about 30 feet after that, there are high voltage power lines. And
Oh,
these
oh,
these
oh, yeah.
these things are big, and it's what helps
Hmm.
carry the electricity from Texas to some other states. It can go
I
from
see
Texas
that in
all
the
the way
back.
to California, these lines.
Wow.
So I
Yeah.
know that they play a difference on for where it's super high.
Yeah.
But an interesting an interesting thing where the big thing is when I've gone out in the middle of my yard, because that's right in the middle. It ranges about 247,
Wow.
That's
300.
really high.
But
Yeah.
5 feet away from where this would be is our coop, and I step inside the coop and it's zero. And
Wow.
in my house,
Interesting.
it is zero. So it's almost as if either they're protecting us, which I think that it is, or maybe the structure of our home and the structure of the coop. They're both wood.
Yeah, could be.
Helps
Could be
block out.
grounding the energy.
But
Yeah.
Can I ask you something? In one of the earlier pictures, it said it was inside your garage and the big garage door was open. And I think it said front walk or front something. I don't remember. But I noticed, I'm going to ask you, is it lightning? It lit up really bright a couple of different times, like outside, and it reflected inside the garage. Was that a lightning storm?
oh, in the video,
Yeah.
yeah, yes, it could. Yeah,
You have
'cause
lightning like
lightning
that. Whoa.
is important.
Where I live,
Yeah.
it doesn't happen.
I mean,
That,
do you think that the actual electricity too might be playing a role in like
I think
in
it
the
is.
in some kind of maybe
Yeah, the thunderstorm.
well, not just the thunderstorm,
Maybe
but the
that
fact that you
just
have that massive
Voltage.
voltage behind you
Oh,
that
oh yeah,
it might be kind of like
yeah.
you said, there might be some kind of like
What
you said,
what's
yeah,
interesting is that the activity doesn't really happen past the fence too often. I mean, it's not near the power line, so maybe it's, you know, pushing the activity inward.
You know, there's some in Arizona. There has been a ton of litigation about that because of how it affects people.
yeah.
And I lived in this town north of Phoenix for a while called Cave Creek, and it was like running in. They had that tested. And I tell you what, with all of that energy there, and then you get a thunderstorm on top of it. I mean, I had gone insanely psychic during that, but also had just horrific headaches constantly from, and then my ears would ring and
All
people
that are
would come
symptoms
over real
enough.
dizzy all the time. So I wonder if this is like some form of energy leave. I don't even know how to
Leakage.
explain
some
what I'm
kind of
trying to say.
electromagnetic leaking from.
Yeah,
Well,
could be.
Yeah, and and electricity in itself is like a being to me, very
Yeah,
much.
right.
And
Plasma.
so these are like, I don't know. What do you think about that? Because when I saw the EMF on your thing, I was like, holy smokes, what is going on
Yeah.
out there?
Yeah, that
And
seems-
for the fact that you could go to other areas and it drops to zero.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah,
crazy.
right.
I've never
is
heard
weird.
of anything like that. That's
It
amazing.
happens in haunted places, though. That does happen in hauntings.
Yeah, it does.
Mhm.
So anyway, go ahead, Joanne. I didn't mean to interrupt you, but you want to talk about that, and then we could put the picture up.
You mean in regards to the power lines?
Oh no, just to the EMF.
Just the theory of it of
Oh,
these
oh,
being
oh,
somehow
to the
connected
EMF?
to yeah.
I think that it has to be a combination of everything. But then we've lived in this home
that's
for
true.
13 years, and
Right.
we've had these power lines there the whole time, and the activity hadn't.
Right. Well, it's
Yeah,
definitely
so
interacting
something
with your
changed.
consciousness. It's a combination of her probably also being
Yeah.
open to it, I think. Yeah.
That's amazing. Okay, so back to the picture. Sorry, we like to chat here. So what is the thing on the lower right there? That's kind of cool.
It is cool.
It's just one of the, now I'm out there doing these readings. I can't see anything. That just looks like my backyard. It looks clear. There looks like nothing's there. But when I go back in and I rewatch the video, I'm like, oh, wow, look what's right in front of me. And it's not like I could see it.
And you don't feel it.
No.
You don't feel it at all.
Mm-mm.
Interesting.
Do your chickens lay more eggs than regular chickens? They're so close. They do.
That, and we have fruit trees all around our property. And since this started, our trees, the branches almost break. They get so full of.
I was kidding.
Oh, wow.
Peaches and apricots and stuff like that. But then
cool.
there is
cool.
From what I've researched, infrared light and EMF can also affect the fruit production or trees,
right,
and so forth. So that is also okay. Yeah. Good, you know what I'm.
Yeah.
Oh, they've done all kinds of studies of plant growth in relationship to music, just the vibration of music, and they can depress growth or stimulate it depending on the plant's taste in music. I don't know. Seriously,
funny thing to say, but yeah. Funny way to put it.
So in this picture, once again, I used ChatGPT to take a picture of the same thing, but you can see that there's a little orb that's by the towel rack that had just come out of.
Yeah, you can see it in both pictures.
And so
that's not the knob.
A completely different camera. This is. Oh no! Now, right on the left side, yes, there's a little thing that protects,
but not the white
the door from getting slammed in, but not the one that's furthest away.
Joanne,
correct.
Your bathroom, it looks like a crime scene. I mean, that's scary. This should be on Dateline. I'm not kidding. That is
my husband will go get a broom and try to clean it up. So, you mean in the colored one, with the
looks
red,
like you sprayed the wall with luminol and it.
Yeah,
it indicated for blood.
That's true.
Joanne, there were two of them I couldn't put in because it wouldn't fit. So, but I got some of them. Okay.
Yeah, this little guy. People would say it's like a fly or whatever, but it has antenna, and then it has these beautiful. As I'm using my thing to point it out that you can't see.
I do that
it
too.
Has like these fluorescent. I mean translucent tails, and it flies so beautifully and gracefully. And this was only there a couple of times. It's not one of the regular ones that I see because different of these light beings come and go. So
right.
This is just
so Joanna,
a different one.
Have you had the opportunity to compare what this looks like, and then for sure, like there is a real life spider or a real life moth or something? Have you been able to compare to see
the difference? Yeah.
Difference and similarities. Yeah.
The only thing that I've done is I'll take the photo and I'll put it through ChatGPT. Because I've actually tried to I went to my local college and I met with a professor and I showed him these photographs and but I guess because I'm just a layperson, that they look at this stuff and don't take it serious to be curious enough, like we are.
You need the willing suspension of disbelief, and a lot of academics are materialists, you know.
Right. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. I even tried to get someone to come out and do a soil sample and do LIDAR, is that what it's called, around my property?
Yeah.
But when I tell them what I want it for, because I'm not a developer, they laugh and then they won't come out.
Oh, especially in Texas. My gosh, everything is about development out there. Oh, my
Have you
gosh.
ever had it doused? You brought a dowser in? You know, with the sticks.
Like Well Witcher?
I have rods, but when I hold them, they just spin around in circles. It's like there's got to be so much energy around here.
Oh my God!
They won't sit still.
Oh wow!
So, but then that's me trying to do all my own little experiments.
Right.
Right. So I'll fly you guys out here and you can do some testing with me, because you're like my little network of people who understand.
Just mail us some brooms. We'll be on our way.
I have my own. I'll dust it off.
Just remember, it's really bad science to discard an idea or reject something because you can't explain it.
Right.
That's really bad science. Right.
Yeah. So this was sunrise was what it was labeled.
Cool. It looks beautiful. It's so pretty.
Mm-hmm.
The top one is sunset, and then the bottom is sunrise. And I can walk into these and disappear. So, so my husband's like, "Oh, they're just lens spots." So we went and replaced the camera. I'm like, "Yeah, they're just lens spots, honey."
I have a question. What did the professor say to you about your pictures? Did he try to debunk them or give you any kinds of specific things he thought they were?
He said, "Oh, that's interesting." That's it.
He didn't say anything else. Huh.
No. Well, he did say he has a astronomist friend.
Astrologer or an astronomer?
Astronomer. Thank you.
An astronomer. Okay.
Yeah. And astrophysicist.
Okay.
Astrophysicist.
Yeah.
And so he took my name and he took one of the video links that I wrote down for him, and I never heard.
I see. Okay.
Well, just to reassure you, physicists today, there's a whole subset of physicists today, and it started with Max Planck, who's not, he's dead, not modern, and they are becoming more and more in line with metaphysical explanations for a lot of this stuff, because it's all of a piece. I wouldn't say that's true across the board. There is a subset of scientists who we argue about this all the time. It's not true across the board. It's a very small subset of scientists who are more theoretical physicists and who embrace ideas that everything comes from consciousness. But that's not. Most scientists are materialists. They don't believe that. They try to.
Yeah, in many things,
ridiculed Copernicus.
I know, it was him in a past life. Just kidding.
And
just made a past life.
But in many things,
I like that.
In many things, they are, though, kind of like embracing more ancient wisdom. There was a big thing out with the Western governors, out this area of the country, and there's been a huge problem with forest fires. Mm-hmm. And so the Western Governors Association has now finally embraced the indigenous practices, where they can, their form of control burn and things like that to stop these horrific forest fires.
Right.
And so I think that, in science, and it's not going to be a blanket across the board type
Right.
of thing,
Exactly.
but, one step forward, two steps back.
Yeah,
and
yeah,
just
that's
kind
it.
of keep moving. And it's kind of,
Right.
so don't give up. I mean, if anything, these are
Yeah.
beautiful art pieces, I think.
Yeah,
so.
they are. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. They're really good.
So Joanna, you made cards, correct?
Oh, you'll see on the,
Yeah, that's
one
why
of the next
I just
slides.
I wanted to
I
advertise.
Oh yeah, I
for this.
wanted to
I
tell
had-
her. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I had done a Kickstarter to try and raise money to do these Oracle cards, because I feel like this type of community is the one that would be more willing to
Oh, yeah.
embrace it. But my Kickstarter wasn't successful, or I think it's successful because I was able to meet Helen and I'm able to meet you. So in that
Right.
regard, it's successful. But I don't have the money to produce them. So what I thought
Yeah.
I would do instead is some of the photos that I sent you, Deborah, I'm just going to start posting them on Instagram, just so people can get the word out that this stuff exists.
Yeah, that's cool.
So
Well, I think the decks
it's
are cool.
disappointing.
Yeah.
Can
they
you do
look
print
Well,
on
it's
demand?
something I can't revisit. I could
Can you do-
I could revisit it.
Yeah.
Right. Have you looked into print on demand?
Print on demand?
Yeah.
No,
Yeah,
not
there is
really.
a company that does
Right.
cards, on demand cards. I think it's in England.
Shuffled-
There's a couple
Yeah,
of them. Yeah.
shuffled ink. Oh, a new one.
I don't.
Okay.
Yeah, I think there's a few of them, and you could just print out a few of them and sell them on Etsy, or for people. I mean, if you just to start out, if you wanted to do something like that. Yeah,
Yeah.
Etsy.
Mhm.
wouldn't cost
Etsy
you a lot of
would be
money
the
to do that.
perfect-
Yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, and you
Etsy's
could even,
wonderful.
there's
Yeah.
so many places you could market, especially with print on demand. People have feelings about Amazon these days, but they've got a print on demand, part component to all of their stuff too.
but I don't think
Or
they do
you could-
cards. They don't do
Yeah,
cards.
I don't know about cards, but books.
Yeah.
But you could even make
What-
like a paid internet app where people could go and get their Oracle cards, like Denise did that back in the day.
Yeah,
with,
here, wait.
things.
I did a print on demand from Oracle Deck, which was just it's just like a version of the Lenormands, these are just paintings of mine that I made into an Oracle. I just bought a few decks. I gave one to a friend and I had one for myself. I didn't try to sell them or anything like that.
Cool, Denise.
But you could. I mean, I thought about it. So maybe I'll do that. But I lost interest and moved on to something else. But you can. But it wasn't that expensive. I think it was like maybe $12 or something like that. And people do it on Etsy all the time. There's a lot of people who make specialty decks that are really cool and beautiful, and they sell for a lot of money. They're kind of rarefied things, but. You could probably do something like that to start and get the word out there that you're doing this and draw people to what you're doing.
Helen had mentioned before about like a coffee table book. Do you remember?
Oh yeah, that's
I
cool.
think it would make a beautiful
So-
coffee table book. Yeah.
Yeah, that would. Yeah, that would.
way, pictures could actually be, instead of being so
Yes,
tiny.
I think that's a good idea. You could do that on Amazon. You could do a print on demand coffee
You
table.
can do it through that place. My husband is always making photograph books. They're actually hardback and in color books of family pictures, and he does a theme like
Yeah,
one
Shutterfly.
kid from
Yeah.
Shutterfly. That's
Yeah.
what it's called. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Cool.
So yeah, there's ways you could
Wow.
do it. And then another thing that I thought too, I love abstract art. That's kind of
Yeah, I do
my
too, yeah.
thing. And so
Yeah.
I've got a huge piece back in my bedroom that, the art itself was not cheap. It's the frickin' framing that was just like killed me, the shadow box and the
Yeah.
nice, because it's probably good 4 or 5
Yeah.
feet,
Yeah.
And I've got one right in front of me behind the computer. But I'm thinking that this could be like an abstract art kind of thing.
Yeah,
And
it
then
could.
just don't put words on it. Let people divine their own meaning from it.
Yep.
Yeah.
Because I think that's why I like abstract
Right.
art so much, because it speaks to you. And nobody can like define what it means because it's your own thing,
Right.
which is
Yeah.
kind of what these lights are doing.
Kind of like
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Well,
like
Joanna,
Rorschach
I'll
images.
tell you this.
Yeah.
You'll be rich if you're done listening to these ladies. 'Cause they-
Because we're so wealthy and great examples.
I know,
yes.
I know. We just give good advice to other people.
we're
my
creative and the
son-in-law
ideas are
Yes.
flowing. This is wonderful.
Joanna,
But I
my
think that
son-in-law
just
is
having
an
this-
artist. Oh, I'm sorry, there's a lag. Go ahead. You go
Yeah.
ahead.
I think just coming on this community and being able to share what it is, and there's other people out there that have
Yeah.
similar experiences,
Yeah.
like all of us have had, and I think that is truly probably
Oh,
the
she keeps
most
freezing.
cards or do the book.
Yeah,
Otherwise,
right. Just getting it out there and meeting other people is the most important
Yeah.
thing.
Yeah.
Finding your community. Yeah.
I
for
have
sure.
an idea for you. My son-in-law's an artist, and one of the things that he and all his artsy friends do is they have, their work is framed and they're trying to peddle it out there. And so they'll make an arrangement with like a coffee shop, a kind of upscale fancy espresso type bar, or a pub and like a brew pub, a fancy one. And they'll actually get, the owners will allow them to display this art
Yep.
for like a
Yep.
couple weeks or a month, and people buy them. But it would
Yeah.
be a way to get it known,
Get people
Yep.
to.
That's
I know
a
what
good
you're
idea. Thank you.
Yeah.
Well, and just stepping out and doing this, and the other
Yeah, letting
channel
people know
that
that.
I'm starting too is going to focus on artists and small town, like more rural. It's a lifestyle kind of thing, and their businesses and their cool stuff. Like Dylan, who was on here the other night, his mother makes incredible pottery, and so does he. I mean, I love, there's so many talented and wonderful people out there, and despite
Yeah.
the crap that's going on in our society with all the lies and messed up politics,
Right.
there seems to be, because it's so awful, some people watch the news, you sit there and watch Orbs go across on your TV.
Yeah. Right. Yeah.
And
Yeah.
I think it's forcing us all to sort of like, okay, this is my energy, you don't get to have it, terrible
Yeah.
news, this is mine. And so what can I do and create and bring joy to myself and other people? And it's very obvious. I mean, I don't care what your husband says. He loves this. You can just tell the way he's doing it.
Yeah. He was having fun.
Yeah, he was having
wasn't
fun.
looking irritated at all.
No,
Yeah.
he was having-
And he loves that it makes you so happy, And so we need to start,
Yeah.
in my opinion, you don't need lofty spiritual beliefs or experiences or anything. It's just find your
Right.
inner being and be okay with expressing that. It's kind of,
That's right.
because so many of us, in a way, live a lie because we don't express who we are,
True.
Well, there
And so
are
what
better
happens-
ways of expressing your creativity than rearranging your face, You know what I'm talking about.
Okay. Plastic surgery, you mean? Yes.
Filler and
Right.
Yeah.
Well, no, I mean, I think Deborah's right. I mean, I think the real truth of the matter is everybody has a unique and special thing to offer and a gift. And that basically we all have to just embrace those things and really focus on that aspect of things right now and share that with everybody, because that's how we're going to make the world a better place. It's not going to be from the top down. It's going to be from the bottom up.
Yeah, and just, well, do you have some closing thoughts for us, or do anyone else have questions? I'm just so glad you came on to be with us tonight,
Yeah,
Joanna,
it was
and,
really fun.
and
Yeah,
a big
this
thanks
was-
to
this
Helen
was
for
fun.
the referral.
Yeah.
But anything you'd like to add, or any questions? Bove, you haven't really said anything. You got
You
a question or
haven't,
two?
no, you've been very quiet.
No, because this has been different enough to have me pretty well riveted. I mean, the images were, and the video was fantastic. It really was the piece de resistance.
The piece
As
de resistance.
far as you know what I'm saying.
I
As
do.
far
Yes,
as
the piece of
watching
resistance.
the
Yes.
look on his face.
Yeah,
Helen is right.
It's hilarious.
The look
yeah.
on his face. He was not irritated. He
No, he was having
wasn't.
fun.
He looked like he was having a dandy old time, and that made me believe a little more. So what you are experiencing is unique and wonderful, and probably a really big blessing. I hope it's a blessing to you. So
It is.
enjoy
Well
it and
said.
run with
So
it.
was
Yeah.
and so was talking with all you ladies. Thank you so much for being willing to listen. And
Well, thank you for sharing it, because
Yeah,
I know
thank you for sharing
it was a little bit nerve-wracking, and thank you for doing that, because it's just fascinating.
It is, yeah. And they're
Really
beautiful
is.
too. And besides being really cool and interesting, they are
Yeah.
also very beautiful. Yeah.
Kind of like all of us, right? Cool,
Well,
interesting,
yeah.
beautiful.
Different facets.
Different.
Oh, yes. Well, Teresa says thank you, and I want to thank everybody who was here during the live, and I'm sure we'll have people afterwards, on the replays that are available. And so, Joanna, what's your website again? I have it in the description, but I can't remember. Ethereal Net or something?
Ethereal, yeah.
What is it? Ethereal Net?
yeah, Ethereal Logic.
Ethereal
okay.
Okay.
EtherealLogic.
And is it a website, or do you have a YouTube channel too?
Yeah, she's got a website and a YouTube channel.
Okay, what's your
that-
YouTube?
Yeah. Well, I don't
remember.
know it. Hold on just a second.
It's so hard to remember those. It's in the description to this show, so just go down. I've got
yeah,
it
it's
linked.
called. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
What is it?
Ethereal Light Energy.
Ethereal.
ETHEREAL, and then light, LIGHT, and then energy, ENERGY.
You know where ethereal comes from? I have to say this. It comes from ether, the word ether, which was Plato's definition for the energy we're surrounded by. Did you know that? Or
No.
Oh, you didn't know that? Oh.
It gave
wow.
itself to
No.
I didn't know.
That's remarkable.
I got the name from Marvel Comics.
You got it
Oh,
from
there you
Really?
go.
Yeah,
they knew
the
about it.
ethereal.
That makes sense.
Wow.
So,
Well, this was fantastic. I hope you come
I
join us
agree.
again sometime. We'll
Fun.
show some more of your videos and whatever. Just really love meeting you. And love
Everybody
to you
check
all.
out Joanna's channel.
and I have
Yeah,
Yes,
we-
it's very
check it out.
cool. She's got them all by
I have
date
to-
and
That's cool.
and I have to binge watch all of your shows too. So I've got some interesting topics I need to delve into also.
yep. So I don't know what we're
Thank
doing
you,
next
ladies. I
Wednesday night.
appreciate you.
Thank
too.
you. So I'll probably just announce. I don't know what we're doing next Wednesday night. I have some
Okay.
feelers out, but if nothing else, it'll be just us gabbing. So whatever, we'll just
Good.
Right on.
Okay.
We do it so
And
well.
we'll be at a
Me
total
too.
loss for something to say, right?
We've been talking forever. That's never going
Well, thank you, and Keith, good to have you back in Arizona. So, all right, you all have a wonderful evening, and
You too.
we'll see
Thanks
you
for
next
being here.
time.
Joanna. Good to see
Yes,
all of
thank
you.
Bye,
you so
everyone.
much.
Thank you.
Night.
Thank you, Joanna.
Bye, guys.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Thanks so much for joining us. We love hearing your stories, so tell your friends so they can join the party. For show notes and our forum of high strangeness, visit cosmicfold.com. Remember, Cosmic Fold airs live on Wednesday and Saturday nights, so be sure to subscribe and click the notification bell to know when we're on air. Thanks again and have a great evening.